The night before my wedding, his ex sent me photos of my fiancé with another woman. I almost called it off. Instead, I called a private investigator. Turns out, she'd photoshopped everything. At the reception, I had a special slideshow prepared. The police were very interested. My name is Harper, and this is the story of how my fiancé's ex-girlfriend tried to destroy my wedding with fake evidence, and how I turned her scheme into a criminal case. It was 11:47 p.m. on Friday, May 10th. My wedding was scheduled for 2 p.m. the next day. I was in my childhood bedroom at my parents' house, doing a face mask and going through my mental checklist one last time. Flowers, check. Photographer, check. Hair appointment, 8 a.m. Everything was perfect. Then my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. I'm sorry you have to find out this way. My stomach dropped. 3 photos loaded beneath the text. The first showed a man who looked exactly like my fiancé, Owen, sitting at a bar with his arm around a blonde woman. The second showed them kissing in what appeared to be a parking lot. The third showed them entering a hotel together, his hand on her lower back. The timestamp on the photos, yesterday. Thursday night. Thursday night, when Owen told me he was having a quiet bachelor dinner with his 2 best friends at their favorite steakhouse. My hands started shaking. I zoomed in on the photos. The man had Owen's build, his hair, his distinctive watch, a vintage Omega his grandfather had given him. The woman was beautiful, laughing, her hand on his chest in that third photo. Another message appeared. Asterisk, I thought you deserved to know before you made the biggest mistake of your life. Someone who cares, asterisk. I felt like I was going to be sick. I called Owen immediately. It rang 4 times before he answered, his voice thick with sleep. Harper? Baby, what's wrong? It's midnight. Where were you last night? My voice didn't sound like my own. What? At dinner with Marcus and Dev. You know that. Are you okay? Were you with another woman? A pause. What are you talking about? Someone just sent me photos of you with another woman. At a bar. Kissing her. Going into a hotel. Harper, that's insane. I was at Morton's Steakhouse until 11, then I came home. Marcus and Dev can confirm. The photos are time-stamped. They look real. His voice sharpened with concern. Who sent them? I don't know. Unknown number. Can you send them to me? I forwarded the photos with trembling fingers. I heard him curse under his breath. Harper, listen to me. I don't know what this is, but I was not with another woman. I would never. God, the night before our wedding? You know me better than that. I wanted to believe him. Owen and I had been together for 4 years. He'd never given me a reason to doubt him. He was loyal, honest, almost boringly reliable. But the photos, they look exactly like you, I whispered. I know, but it's not me. Someone is trying to sabotage us. Who would do that? Another pause. Then quietly, Jillian. Jillian, Owen's ex-girlfriend from college. They'd dated for 3 years before breaking up 5 years ago. According to Owen, it had been a messy ending. She'd wanted to get married, he wasn't ready, she'd reacted badly. I'd never met her, but I'd heard stories. How she'd shown up at his apartment crying months after the breakup. How she'd sent long emails about how they were meant to be. How it had taken a year of him ignoring her before she finally stopped. Owen, that was 5 years ago. I know. But Harper, 2 months ago, she sent me a message on LinkedIn. Said she heard I was getting married and wanted to congratulate me. I didn't respond. Then last week, she sent another message asking to meet for coffee to clear the air. I blocked her. You didn't tell me. Because I didn't want you to worry. I thought it was over. But if she's desperate enough to fake photos. My mind was racing. How would she even do that? These look professional. I don't know. But we need to figure this out. Now. Can I come over? I looked at the clock. Almost midnight. My dad would kill you. Bad luck to see the bride before the wedding. Harper, screw superstition. This is our marriage. No. My voice steadied. If this is Jillian, if this is fake, I need proof. Real proof. Not just your word against photos. What are you going to do? I was already Googling on my laptop. I'm going to hire someone who can tell me if these photos are real or fake. And if they're fake, I want to know who made them. I found a private investigator who specialized in digital forensics. His name was Victor Chun, and his website said he'd worked with law enforcement on cybercrime cases. His emergency consultation fee was $500. I didn't care. I called the number. He answered on the second ring. Chun Investigations. Mr. Chun, my name is Harper Sutton. I need your help, and I need it in the next 12 hours. Someone sent me photos of my fiancé allegedly cheating, and I think they're fake. Can you verify that? Send me the photos. I'll call you back in 30 minutes. I sent them and waited, pacing my bedroom. My face mask had dried and cracked, but I didn't care. My mother knocked on my door. Honey, you should be sleeping. Big day tomorrow. I'm fine, Mom. Are you sure? You sound stressed. Just pre-wedding jitters. I'm okay. She left, unconvinced. I kept pacing. 28 minutes later, Victor called back. These are fake, he said immediately. Very good fakes, but fake. Photoshopped, not AI generated. Someone took real photos of your fiancé from social media or other sources and composited them with photos of another couple. The lighting is inconsistent in all three. The reflection in the bar mirror doesn't match the positioning of the bodies. And the metadata has been stripped, which is a red flag. Relief flooded through me so intensely I had to sit down. You're sure? I'm sure. Whoever did this has skill, but they made mistakes. A forensic analysis would prove it in court. Court. Can you find out who made them? Maybe. The number they were sent from is likely a burner or a texting app. But if I can trace the IP address, or if there's any digital fingerprint on the images themselves, I might be able to track the source. It'll take time. How much time? Days. Maybe a week. My wedding was in 14 hours. That's not fast enough. I can give you a report right now confirming these are fake. That might be enough. No. An idea was forming. A risky, probably crazy idea. Can you find out where the original photos came from? The real couple in these images? Possibly. Why? Because I want to know everything about how these were made. And I want proof I can show people. Physical proof. Victor was quiet for a moment. You're planning something. Maybe. Be careful. If someone is willing to fake photos to stop your wedding, they might do worse if they're cornered. Then help me corner them properly. Victor worked through the night. By 6 a.m., he'd sent me a comprehensive report. The photos were composites. Owen's face and upper body had been taken from various social media photos and layered onto images of a different couple. The original couple photos came from a stock photography website. Someone had purchased them legally, then manipulated them. The purchase was made using a credit card registered to a company called JM Creative Solutions LLC. JM Creative Solutions was registered to an address in Brooklyn. The registered agent, Jillian Mayer. Jillian. Owen had been right. Victor had also traced the burner number to a texting app that had been downloaded from an IP address associated with Jillian's apartment building. I had everything I needed. At 8 a.m., I went to my hair appointment like nothing was wrong. While my stylist curled my hair into vintage waves, I texted my maid of honor, Simone. Need you to do something for me. Bring your laptop to the venue. I'm adding something to the reception program. Everything okay? Better than okay. Trust me. By noon, I was in my dress, a champagne-colored silk gown with lace cap sleeves that my grandmother had helped me choose. I looked beautiful. I felt powerful. My father knocked on the bridal suite door. Ready, sweetheart? More than ready. The ceremony was perfect. Owen cried when he saw me walking down the aisle. His vows were honest and emotional. Mine were too, but I added something unscripted at the end. I promised to trust you, I said, looking directly into his eyes. Even when others try to make me doubt, even when lies look like truth, I will always choose to believe in us. His eyes widened slightly. He knew what I was referring to. We kissed. Everyone cheered. We were married. The reception was at a restored barn venue with string lights and long wooden tables. Dinner was served. Toasts were made. Owen and I had our first dance. Everything was traditional and beautiful. Then came the slideshow. Usually, these slideshows are sweet montages of baby photos and couple snapshots. Ours started that way. Pictures of Owen as a toothy kid, me in middle school braces, us on our first date, vacations, holidays. Then the music changed. The slideshow changed. The screen showed the 3 photos I'd received the night before. Owen allegedly at a bar, kissing a woman, entering a hotel. The room went silent. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Owen's mother put her hand over her mouth. My father stood up, furious. Then the next slide appeared. The same photos, but with annotations showing the Photoshop layers, the metadata analysis, the proof they were fake. Another slide. A screenshot of the text message I'd received, the unknown number traced to a texting app. Another slide. The stock photos that had been used as source material, with the real couple's faces circled. Another slide. The credit card receipt showing the purchase of those stock photos by JM Creative Solutions LLC. Final slide. Jillian Meyer's LinkedIn profile photo, her company registration documents, and the IP address trace connecting her to the fake images. The text on the screen read, *, someone tried to stop this wedding with lies. They failed. Love won, *. The room erupted. Some people were gasping, others applauding. Owen was staring at the screen, then at me, his expression a mixture of shock and pride. I took the microphone from the DJ. Most of you don't know this, but last night, I received photos that appeared to show my husband, I emphasized the word, cheating on me. I almost believed them. Almost. I found Jillian in the crowd. She was standing near the back, frozen, her face white. But instead of reacting emotionally, I hired a forensic investigator. And I learned that sometimes, people who can't let go will do terrible things, including committing fraud and harassment. Jillian started moving toward the exit. The police are outside, I said calmly. I filed a report this afternoon. You might want to talk to them. She ran. But 2 officers were already at the door, waiting. They'd been there since before the ceremony started, reviewing Victor's evidence. The room buzzed with shock and whispers. My mother was crying, happy tears, apparently. Owen walked up to me and pulled me into a kiss, so intense people cheered. You're incredible, he whispered. I know. Jillian was charged with harassment and attempted fraud. The photoshopped images, combined with her prior pattern of contacting Owen despite his requests to stop, built a solid case. She pleaded guilty 6 months later and received probation, a restraining order, and mandatory counseling. She also had to pay restitution for Victor's fees. Every penny. The video of our wedding slideshow went viral online. Someone posted it without our permission, but honestly, we didn't mind. It sparked conversations about digital manipulation, harassment, and the importance of verification before reacting. I received dozens of messages from people who'd been victims of similar schemes. Fake screenshots, doctored photos, manipulated evidence designed to destroy relationships. Some had believed the lies. Some had lost marriages over it. I started speaking at workshops about digital literacy and evidence verification. Victor and I even collaborated on a guide for identifying fake images. Owen and I celebrated our 2nd anniversary last month. Jillian's restraining order is still in effect. We've heard she moved to another state, which is fine with us. Every year on our anniversary, Owen makes the same toast. To my wife who trusts but verifies. And every year I add, to truth being stronger than lies. If you've ever been sent evidence that seems designed to hurt you, remember this. Pause before you react. Verify before you believe. And know that people who resort to manipulation are usually desperate, and desperate people make mistakes. Document everything. Trust your instincts. And when someone tries to destroy your happiness with lies, gather the truth and let it speak louder. Because the best revenge isn't reacting emotionally. It's responding with receipts.